If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 21 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 16. We're training the youngsters up again, as you can see, concentrating on the youth squad players rather than just the younger players in the squad, although we are still making sure that we keep up to date with some of the real life young guys like Kennedy and Zuma, etc. But nice growth on everybody in that particular training session. We seem to be getting better and better at these simulations. They seem to be getting better and better results. There's less Fs, more As and Bs. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come with the growth of the side. As you can see, we're taking on Watford in the first game today. They're currently bottom of the league, so I was hoping for an easy game, although it is away from home at Vicarage Road, so it won't be that easy. They are playing Ibarbo, so it's definitely not going to be that easy, and everybody knows how good Troy Deeney is in front of goal, or at least how good he was in the Championship in front of goal. And to be fair, Aurelio Gomez has been pretty solid for Watford as well over the course of the season in real life, putting the calamity days of his time at Spurs behind him, seemingly, and experience is better than anything, so it seems, for Aurelio Gomez. But we're going to start off with actually a Watford chance. They're going to build it up really nicely in the midfield. They're playing brilliant football here, as you can see. It's hard to keep up with it, but Abdi, luckily for me, fires the shot wide, but the speed at which they were playing, the high tempo, was really, really difficult to cope with. We got a free kick here, though, 15 minutes into the game. Good header by Nathaniel Chalobah, but unfortunately couldn't get it into that far bottom corner. Not able to give us the lead this time around. So we push further on, 10 minutes a little bit later on. Eden Hazard down the left-hand side, cuts inside Victor Ibarbo, squeezes it through the legs of one defender. Baba rides onto it. Good shot, well saved, but it drops straight back to Eden Hazard. 1 goal for Chelsea. Thank you very much. We are 1-0 up. Hazard hasn't scored many goals this season, but it's nice to see him on the score sheet. Watford, though, have a corner a few minutes later. I don't know how that's gone in. Genuinely, no idea. The keeper made no attempt to try and save that whatsoever, and in actual fact, it went in off his face. Genuinely, watch the float of the ball. It goes in off Courtois' face. I think it shows it better in the second replay, yeah. Watch the ball, and boop! Off the bridge of Courtois' nose into the back of the net. Great reactions, keeps really well played. Thank you very much. Watford 1, Chelsea 1. Pushing down the left-hand side with Capoue, who for some reason was able to outpace Smolnikov. It drops in the middle to Troy Deeney. Fantastic finish. Troy Deeney 2, Chelsea 1 on the stroke of half-time. Not exactly how I saw things going when we went 1-0 up against bottom of the league, has to be said. They give the ball away here, though. Oscar plays it into the path of Nathaniel Chalobah. Back into the Brazilian. Going to try and find a little bit of space. Try and squeeze it in that bottom corner. Unfortunately, it got a block on it, which took the sting out of the shot. But Smolnikov coming down the right-hand side again. Cuts inside nicely, almost into the box before he got chopped by the defender. But it was an almost, not quite inside the area, as you can see. I thought I'd be a little bit cheeky here. Eden Hazard, you see the keeper's positioning? That's absolutely terrible positioning right there from the goalkeeper. Really, really bad. So I thought I'd try and make him pay. It worked. Aurelio Gomez, we mentioned earlier on that perhaps he'd put the calamity days of Tottenham behind him. Fortunately, he had one more calamity in the locker ready for me to exploit. So 2 goals for Hazard, 2 goals for Deeney. 2 goals each for either of the sides. Trying to get a third, though. Here's Hazard into Falcao. Fires it in really well, but unfortunately the shot was straight down the throat of Aurelio Gomez. And that was how the game was going to end. A 2-2 draw away from home against Watford. A brace apiece for Deeney and Hazard. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all 3 points on that occasion. So, back to the training ground. And again, concentrating on majorly the young regens, but also a couple of the real-life youngsters. Again, this time it's Bertrand Traore and Ruben Loftus-Cheek that get the attention. But Santoso, unfortunately, only gets a D, but everybody else seems to be growing quite well with C's and B's, so that's fantastic. Hopefully that continues to be the case between now and the end of the season, or between now and forever, to be completely honest. However long we keep doing this series, as long as you guys support it, it will continue to go. So it is key for us to, give the youngsters the attention they deserve, because they may be quite important in a season or so's time. But we take on Stoke in this second game. Obviously, they tend to, away from home, play pretty defensively and then try and spring you on the counter-attack. Or, obviously, alternatively, you could just give it to Charlie Adams, 65 yards out from goal, and let him shoot from his own half at Stamford Bridge. That seems to work quite well for Stoke these days, doesn't it? But we're playing a weaker side here against Stoke because The next game is just 2 or 3 days away, and that is the second leg against Juventus. So, rather understandably, I wanted my best players available for that game. So, we're playing a weaker side here against Stoke, but this should still be good enough to be able to get a positive result away here from Stamford Bridge. Whelan, though, gets the ball into Mambiram Juve. I always struggle saying that. And he, unfortunately for him, flashes it just wide. He seems to be a very, very good player on FIFA 16. Got the pace and the strength, which... it's not necessarily the pace, but the strength is really key this year, and he has decent stamina as well. So he's a very, very good player for Stoke, and a good player to pick up from a team, at least in my experience so far this year. Whenever I've played against him, he's destroyed me. So perhaps that's not necessarily hidden gem, but something you could look into for your own FIFA experiences. Unfortunately, Ruben Loftus-Cheek's left foot isn't necessarily that good when it comes to shooting. And then in the second half, as you can see, Xherdan Shaqiri cuts inside here. He's going to play Peter Crouch in the box. He tries to get it away. Good tackle, though, on Babak. Gets it back to Shaqiri, back to Crouch again, but unfortunately for him, the shot goes just wide. And that was all she wrote for that game. It was such a really poor game to be a part of, to be completely honest. There were barely any chances, like 3 apiece, I think I did leave the match facts on screen. Just nothing happened all game. It was a really weird one, but anyway, we don't care if anything happens in that one. This is the most important game of the episode, at home again against Juventus. Now obviously they got a 3-1 victory against us in the first leg away from home in Turin. Strongest possible lineup out, as you might expect, to play against them. Pogba again coming in at cam against his former side. Now Juve scored a dodgy penalty against us, and we were unlucky not to get a penalty ourselves for a rather strong tackle on Eden Hazard. And a few of you actually in the comment section of that video agreed with me that yes, it was pretty weird that the referee gave the a weak one, shall we say, against Marchisio, and then didn't give the one on Hazard. But this is a familiar position for a free kick, isn't it? Shall we see if we can do exactly the same to Gianluigi Buffon as we did to Aurelio Gomez? Unfortunately, Gianluigi Buffon is a slightly better goalkeeper, but I thought it's worked once. Why not try it again? It's worked for Willian in real life this season with those free kicks from deep, whipping them into the far corner. So I tried to whip it into the near post here. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way, but that penalty decision did go our way, and it did at first glance look a little bit soft, a la Marchisio in the first leg. But you see here, just as he goes to take a shot, Chiellini gives him a push with that right arm just to knock him off balance. It is a foul, and Eden Hazard will step up and bury the penalty. We're 1-0 up on the night, but still, crucially, 3-2 down on aggregate. However, we do now only need that one goal to go through on away goals with the 3-1 scoreline in the first leg. We have to, of course, make sure we keep a clean sheet at the other end, though. We cannot afford to lose a goal here to Juventus and, just throw away that away goal advantage. They were trying to loop the ball into the back of the net. Unfortunately, my cross there wasn't the best, but neither was Buffon's clearance. Matic gets it back. Willian into Costa. Lovely little 1-2. Willian's heavy touch. Can't get it under control, but it still breaks free to him. But another fantastic reaction save from Gianluigi Buffon stops us from taking a 2-0 lead and really putting 1 foot into the next round of the competition. Buffon's punch, again, not that far clear into Fabregas from Willian, and that one again not far but round the post. Unfortunately not far from a goal, but still only 1-0. Of course Juventus need that one goal, and that would probably be game, set and match. However, we need to make sure that we can keep that clean sheet, and to do so we need some good reactions from our goalkeeper. Didn't show them in the game against Watford. Fortunately here, though, he did. Wonderful reaction save from Thibaut Courtois. Gorgeous little 1-2 from Morata and Mandzukic. And you can see him just throwing that left leg up to get the ball up and over the top of the bar. That could be a vital save in our hunt for a quarter-final spot here in the Champions League. What could also help would be getting the ball past Gianluigi Buffon for a second time, because as things stand, we're still going out. So it doesn't matter how many times Courtois saves us at the other end. If we can't get a goal at the right end, it doesn't matter anyway. So they may as well score 4 themselves and just put us out of our misery. Diego Costa, though, still can't get the ball past Gianluigi Buffon. Even when he does, it goes wide of the post. So we're struggling here. Less than 10 minutes to go now. Things are getting desperate. We've got a throw-in on the far side into Paul Pogba, obviously again, against his former club here. Plays it into Diego Costa. Lovely turn Brilliant finish into the far top corner. Costa has not scored many goals for us this season, but that could be the most important goal of the entire year so far. Oscar here on the counter-attack, squeezes that one through to Nemanja Matic. Not exactly the player you want on the counter-attack, but works the ball inside nicely. Shot blocked though, but the clearance only goes as far as Pogba. Again, Pogba into Costa with the turn and the finish in the same corner. 3-0 on the night, 4-3 up on aggregate. We are going through to the Champions League quarterfinals, but we didn't half leave it late. 2 goals in the last 6 minutes send us through. Man United go through against Olympiacos with the same scoreline as us. Arsenal are through, so are PSG, Real Madrid, Atleti, Barcelona, and I'm not sure between Bayern and Valencia who went through there. They may not have played their second leg yet. It was 1-1 there. I believe that they haven't played that second leg yet because we were on the left-hand side of the draw. So we will have played first, and they'll play in on the Wednesday, presumably, because we played on the Tuesday. But for now, that's the league situation. We are level on points with Tottenham. We're currently 5th. They are 4th. Arsenal are only 4 points ahead of us, and we both have a game in hand on them, so we can go within 1 point of them. Although the same situation with Man City, however, they do have that game in hand as well. And Man United also have a game in hand. So there's only 6 points between 1st and 5th. So the title race is still on for 5 teams, which is going to be quite entertaining for the last few episodes of the season, isn't it? Especially now that we're through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League as well. So we tried to make a decision as to which one we should prioritise on in a couple of episodes ago. And it seems we're going to have to prioritise on both because the title is still very much there. And thanks to that second leg turnaround, the Champions League is still there as well. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, as always. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed, whether it be this series, the My Player series, the Career Mode Road to, not the Career Mode Road to Glory. Wow, I was back in FIFA 15 mode there. The My Player series or the Wolfsburg Career Mode series. Or I put up a little experiment video yesterday as well. I definitely want you to check that out if you haven't already. But for now, I'll see you next time.